For viewers just tuning in, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake has hit Haiti a couple hours or so ago.
Shoddy construction in this impoverished nation meant buildings toppled to the ground.
People of Haiti will have the full support of the United States in the urgent effort to rescue those trapped beneath the rubble and to deliver the humanitarian relief, the food, water, and medicine that Haitians will need in the coming days.
This is the second floor, the framing for the second floor. This is the roof. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trusses like these.
It's so interesting because the players in this story, without ever having met them, I know them. I know that well-meaning person who comes down and wants to help. I know that person who presents one face, but then actually you find out that there's a lot more to the story. When we, as human beings, want to reach out and help each other and fix problems and make things better, like, it's complicated.
I came to Haiti to make a documentary about a school being built. And this footage is some of the first that I filmed. I thought these shots would convince you that this school would be the good thing, the helpful thing, the right thing for these kids. But now I'm not so sure.
My sense is that people want to see films that provide them with answers and vision, particularly for a nation that has been struggling for so long. People want to see films that make them feel good. Haiti's too complicated. Haiti's too complicated.
I've been in the Valley for about 30 years, involved in construction for most of that time. I wanted to use my experience to help someone that really needed it, rather than working in Aspen for all those years, building houses for people that don't need them, you know? So some of those pictures always bring tears to my eyes. I took most of the pictures. Jack, the videographer back here, did the video part. He's making a documentary. But yeah, I'm going down this Saturday for 3 weeks to start the foundation reinforcement. You know, when the earthquake happened, I wasn't paying any attention to that. And I heard about the school on NPR. And I says, look, I can do this. They got $3,000, they built a foundation. This can't be very hard.
Just like Tim, I was also moved by the same story on NPR.
Hello and welcome to NPR's Planet Money. I'm Adam Davidson.
And I'm Caitlin Kenny. Today is Tuesday, June 15th. On the show today, why free food from America is starving people in Haiti.
There is lots of free rice all over the place. USAID, the World Food Program, they are giving rice away. And it makes sense. There's lots of people in Haiti with no money who are starving.
From Port-au-Prince, the NPR reporters traveled 3 hours north to the Artibonite Valley, known as the Rice Basket of Haiti, to report a story on those affected by this U.S. rice policy. Which is when they found themselves at a church that was doubling as a school and met the principal of that school, who is also the pastor of the church, Anselm Simplice.
That's right, Principal Simplice.
Caitlin, don't you mean Monsieur Awesome?
Oh yes, excuse-moi, Monsieur Awesome. Actually, that's kind of what you and I took to calling him because he was just this awesome guy. You could tell the kids loved him, and I have to admit, we kind of fell in love with him too.
Et comme ça, yo même histoire ça yo prend avec nous, y a le passé sur radio aux États-Unis, puis le monde attendait et comme ça commencer mettre cob dans numéro compte ça pour nous. Les nous remarquer cob que n'a vérifié les nous cob yo voyé sur compte là pour nous, c'est $3,000 américains.
The idea that a small amount of money to me could have a huge impact on someone like Simplice moved me to donate. I did it because I thought I could help. But then came the follow-up.
4 months after the money came in, it's all been spent. All $3,000 is gone. And all the school has to show for it is this foundation and a stack of concrete blocks.
This film started because I couldn't accept that as the end of the story. So when Tim said he was going to help them finish the school, I decided to document it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
How much money do you think you raised this morning?
$100 from that group. In construction, what I enjoyed the most was the choreography of a job, is making it all come together, getting everybody to complete it, the right steps, the right time. That's what I enjoyed as much as anything. I still enjoy that part.
And what all did you do in here?
I mean, if you want a tour, I'll show you everything I've done. Redone the whole kitchen. I had to cut a hole in the wall through the cement block, put the doors in, do all the bookcases, both the countertop and the cabinets. I mean, it's a nice bathroom. There's a big hole behind the map.
Can I see the whole event poster?
Jack! Three and a half ounces of rice and beans dehydrated with some seasoning, as you can see. That's a good meal. That's a lot once it hydrates. So this is good. I'm telling you, this is really good.
So you're really going all out.
Well, I just think it's the most economical way to do it, and hopefully to be part of the village. I really want to try to be part of it. You know, I don't want to be the ugly American.
What's your name again?
I won't get too free. This is a reasonable royalty.
We just bought canapes. Tim's approach was to collaborate with the community and teach them new ways to build. And my film was going to show how they were doing aid right. And finally, we meet Mr. Awesome himself, the principal and pastor from the radio. He also seems to be de facto running the whole village.
Jean Ouye.
Très bien. Et vous-même.
Driving. Been in the car since 9 o'clock. Yeah, great. You know?
Ça prend 3 jours pour le sortir côté l'été aux États-Unis pour le venir là. 3 jours.
Easy, okay. Huh? Easy.
Facile. Colorado.
Colorado.
This is Matt. He's who Tim hired to translate for Haiti School Project. Except when he isn't, and then Sebastian, who's working on the movie, jumps in. You'll see these two guys swap throughout the film.
Back up a photo.
I want to start by thanking everyone
If les remercier tout le monde
for their patience.
pour patience, non?
And I apologize for my lack of language skills in Creole.
Et je vais excuser l'encore de ce que je ne vais pas parler créole.
I will. What I want to reinforce with the principal and the teachers and everyone is that this is their dream. As the blonde and crazy foreigner, I can only help, right? I can't do it for them. What questions do you have for me?
Est-ce que nous avons des questions pour lui?
Après demain, qui l'ont pensé que nous sommes capables de l'étudier?
What I would like to know is when is the construction starting?
Tomorrow.
Demain.
You teach me Creole, and I'll help you with English. Okay? Quel âge ou?
20.
20?
22.
22? Okay. 22. 22? Quel âge ou?
11 ans.
11? Oui, 11? 11? Oui? Mm. Zamni, friends. Zamni, friends, right? Oui. Okay.
Je me sens comme un monde qui était dans prison et puis qui laguait, qui est libre. Alors, Tim dit un bagage, c'est la vérité. Par rapport avec des organisations, ils ont plus gaspillé comme là au lieu de faire travail là. Mais moi, Tim différent de l'autre organisation ça yo. Li vini pour le travail, mais il pas vini pour le boire bière.
Perfecto. Merci. The furthest thing in my mind I ever thought I'd be doing was working in another country to help people. I've been against that my whole life, missionaries. Because for the most part, churches have done more ill will than goodwill by running around the world. I was forced to go to church really till I was 18. And it's like anything else. The more you know about something, you know people are people. What? Photo of all you girls? See, now she's hiding. In front. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Rosemont. Oui, bon. No, not everybody. One more.
You think about the school as like your legacy?
It may be one of the better things I've done in my life, that's for sure. Yeah, but a legacy. Just giving back, which I think we have a responsibility to do. I think I owe something to the world, right? Especially the country I live in, the United States that we live in. I think we owe.
Sak pi gran Benji, li ta vle pour la prendre comptable.
Étant donné on a plantation, on va pas aimer quel la petite yo dans plantation tout.
Non.
Voilà. Pour qui ça?
Il pas goût non frère. Les clos saute dans jardin là pour étal. Pour faire journée, on va faire 6 pour 6. On va ralon ou Comme ou pas ou pas comme ou.
Pas question de dire qu'on peut. Maintenant, dans le cas d'un pays comme Haïti, ce n'est pas la question seulement de la pauvreté, c'est aussi le niveau de développement du pays comparativement à ses voisins. C'est les gens d'Haïti qui doivent avoir cette capacité-là. Maintenant, ils ne peuvent avoir ces capacités qu'en fréquentant des établissements scolaires.
I think for me, it's really about kids in rural Haiti being able to decide whether or not they want to pursue farming like their parents, or to say, actually, farming's great, but I would really like to do something different, as opposed to, this is the only option for me.
People will sacrifice food for themselves to buy uniforms for their child, buy books for their child to go to school. And the books are falling apart, and the uniform doesn't actually have anything to do with whether or not the kid gets educated. But they understand at this fundamental, elemental level that education is the path out of poverty.
That's all for today.
What's that?
That's all for today. That's all for today. You know?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
Good.
perfect.
A few days in and things seemed to be going well. But then Sebastian said something that just sort of stayed with me. And it's that Haiti is like a plate of spaghetti.
It had so many issues. It's like in spaghetti, you're pulling a string. You think you're gonna reach the end of the string, and it's tied to another string. So you keep pulling and pulling, pulling, and never ending. So I think all issues are related one to another.
Okay, so go back to the first thing we have to do.
So
The very first thing, we got to get the corners. Corners.
All four corners.
All four corners. When you build, you want to be level, square, and plumb. Three things. That's it.
How many things are you right now?
We're not there yet. They've had schools collapse here that weren't even part of the earthquake. You start having concrete floors come down on you, and you don't survive that. It has to be built right. It has to be. No other way. I won't do it. So the reason why we're building this structure the way we are with the columns and beams and the reinforced concrete is because the engineer didn't want to trust the block here. So if we drop it from this elevation, it's no good. So there's enough cement in this one, but there's not enough in this part right here. It's really not acceptable for earthquakes.
L'investissement que vous allez faire dans un enseignant, cet enseignant, dans cette localité-là, son niveau augmente, ça s'améliore, il peut très bien se déplacer. On va miser sur ce qui va passer le temps. Qu'est-ce qui va passer le temps? C'est la structure, l'infrastructure.
Ask him, tie it on and pound it in. Then we can move the stake back and forth. Important? So if it's not important, pas.
Yeah, pas important.
Pas important.
Important, it's important. Les pas important, it's not important.
Les pas important, okay. It bothers me that the main guy is using the machete to cut the trees down. Shouldn't he be having other people do this work? The engineer. The engineer is the highest paid person here.
Parfait. Au bas niveau, les lycéens de moi. Et qu'on est là, nous voulons passer directement dans ça important, ça important dans la construction.
What's most important is that Lucien understands the plan.
Ça qui est important, il faut que Lucien comprenne le plan.
Premier sol nous t'ai fait, Pour me faire des niveaux premier sol nous te fait après nous fin plein en bas. De nous placer et faire nous marier là. Il y a nous placer ça. De me placer ça sur lui. Pour me faire des hauteur sol là et pas ça il y a chercher.
Matt, can you?
Yeah. He wants to make another structure on at the same level with the existing one, the existing foundation. Got that?
That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's
what
he
I
thinks.
That's what I keep saying we can't do.
C'est pas
We
ça.
can't do that.
C'est pas ça. Il nous pas qu'à faire ça.
That's getting to the heart of the problem right there. Because this isn't the way this is being built. This is different.
Là, nous touchons gros problème de situation. Conception ça que fait là, il fait différemment.
Okay. Typically, they'll do the rock foundation, and then they'll put the wall on top of that.
Okay.
We need the wall down, below grade, below ground, 1.5 feet. That wall has to be below ground so that we can put dirt up against it.
We have two different realities. Things might work some way in your own country, but doesn't apply in our country. The chalkboard.
Yes.
I suggest you put it there, and so everyone can see.
That's a good idea, but I think maybe Lucien should draw it. That way we know he understands.
Femme d'eau, c'est pas travail Haïti, même y a fait là. C'est pas travail, il y a fait l'autre travail, l'autre système qui a kembe et l'école là plus bien, plus duré. Ça fait souhait que ingénieur team a boumé avec boss là, c'est pour eux-mêmes yo capable adapter avec travail team à faire.
Unless you're a construction person, you might be just as confused as Lucien and his crew are.
Et bah m'baï, construction l'école avec construction ça c'est pas m'baï yo. Au point une grosse sorte de ta coup force propriétaire. T'as pas qu'à faire au bali. Assez et pas investir pour faire. Pour ta faire au bali.
Okay, here's my approach in the States. United States, my approach. I don't care if she works all night long. Tuesday, the footings are done, right? Tell him that. Huh?
On est plus gros pour nous, on dit ça.
Et puis mardi, c'est mardi. Pas parce qu'on est sous pas dormir, sous pas manger, sous travail dimanche, mardi, balle macadam.
Depuis Bayo là, dégage sur macadam. On est dit 4 jours.
There's a kind of inequality, some ways, between a foreigner arriving in Haiti and the rural communities in Haiti, and an inequality of memory. When an American and a Haitian are looking at each other, they are looking at each other with very, very different contexts and histories. That history is not embedded in them in the way that for Haitians, the memory of other forms of outside intervention are alive. They're literally ancestral memories.
Haiti's a place that has been in the imagination of Americans for a very long time, but it's a place that they don't know. They don't understand Haiti, have never taken the time to go, to read widely about the country, to study it.
Haiti emerges as a country founded by ex-slaves at a moment when the world is dominated by slavery. The great powerful empires of the world have slavery. The United States has slavery. And here you have a country that's premised on the rejection of the system that surrounds it. So on every level, it kind of posed a deep, deep challenge to other societies, and it continues to pose that today. Only in 1825 does France recognize Haitian independence, and when they do so, they levy an indemnity of 150 million francs, effectively forcing Haitians to pay for their freedom, and that sort of incites a cycle of debt. The Haitian Constitution had banned foreign whites from owning land in Haiti as a measure, essentially, against the former plantation owners returning. The U.S. wanted to get rid of that provision for obvious reasons, so U.S. companies could own land in Haiti. And when the parliament refused, they dispersed the parliament and kind of forced this change in order to kind of open the way for foreign investment.
Nature endowed this place with fertility and natural beauty. It was left to the greed and ignorance of men to ruin it. This week, Echo looks at the beggar of the Americas, Haiti.
Haiti has become a symbol for, like, the sick child, in a sense, in the Western Hemisphere.
For 167 years, ever since its revolution dislodged the French in 1804, Haiti has been torn by terror, bloodshed, and despair.
I actually think that a lot of Americans care about Haiti. I don't know that they care in a way that isn't further damaging or that isn't infantilizing.
On the island of Hispaniola, which it shares with the Dominican Republic, Haiti becomes another Caribbean scene of crisis.
What I think happens with a lot of the way that everyday Americans tend to think about Haiti is it's just a doomed place and it's kind of a doomed situation.
People are drawn to it because they want to help. With the word help, I always struggle with it because I want to know what people are trying to get at and how quickly they just want to feel good about themselves or how invested they are in a problem or an issue.
A lot of people who do want to help maybe don't know where to turn to or how to offer, how to volunteer. They can hook up with a group like this and they can find real purpose in their own lives by reaching out to help other people through Samaritan's Purse.
You are buying something with the $20 or the $50 that you give to charity. You're buying a good feeling. But if you think about it as a commodity, I mean, you're paying for it. Here's 20 bucks, make me feel good about myself. And the A groups do that. They come back to you and they sell you a vision.
Poor little me feels like the sky is falling here all the time. But imagining it through Haitian eyes, you can say all day, I don't know how they do it. But as long as they're doing it, we gotta, find our way to do it.
These people have nothing. Wouldn't you like to give $20 to somebody who has nothing? And then they show you always the picture of the child, and he's got the big eyes, and he's looking up at you. Is because it gives you a feeling. You get the serotonin release, and you feel good.
What do you think about the idea of Americans coming into this country and trying to tell people how it's supposed to be done?
If you're gonna come, if you think you have to come here and help, come here and teach them something or let them do it, pay them to do it. But don't come here and do it for them, number one.
Ok, kon ya m'en forme avec syndic, Servandier, Davins, Toro, Thierry, Jean Benson, Genson, et puis nous avons Vicaire, Sérimor, Popouche, Abder, Lucien, Ernest, là, hein? Ça pas de vraiment on est à qui moyen. Les team mandem pour me voir dire combien yo paye mon œuvre, combien mettez, mais $60. Quand ça le dit, il demande à Haïti quand c'est $50 paye. Les 17 là, tout le monde attend qu'on paye. Yo connaît au bassin nous. Mais arrête de pas comme beaucoup non. Non, c'est pas ça, c'est pas en Haïti frère. On a yo connait mon œuvre combien quoi toucher Marseille. Pas on n'est pas connait mon œuvre.
The blanc basically is someone who's not Haitian. Blanc means white. Us as Haitian people, we're dark skinned. We're just black. So any outsiders are usually blanc. The blanc means, for the poor class, means the one who has knowledge, the one who has experience, the one who travels a lot. So basically the one who has the power.
Let's tug on that first string from Sebastian's spaghetti. Relatively speaking, Tim, as an American, is rich. To the rural Haitians, his wealth seems endless. But this project is being funded by individual donors and Tim's dwindling savings. So resentment starts to creep in from everyone.
So what are we doing, huh? Is it lunchtime or what? We're taking a break?
Monsieur Simplice, é só fond lisse, de bon qui travaille là. 10, 5, 4, 12, 40, 20. Et puis plus Lucien.
Oui, plus Lucien.
Ça fait 14. It's 13 plus the engineer Lucien. That's 14.
It's too many then.
Too many?
Sure, where's 13 people out there doing something right now? For the day? 13 people for the day? So there's maybe 7 people working right now. So where's the 13? Okay, so what do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Cut?
Oui, cut.
Oui, cut?
Syndical mettre sous terrain non. Ou c'est boss ou pas mettre sous terrain pour travailler.
Il pas vle trop dur, il pas vle impoli. Mais projet ça c'est pas tant que projet cash for work lié.
Oui, c'est ça. C'est bien.
Okay. If I see what I think is too many people, and they're standing around, we can't pay for people to stand around.
Gon bail qui est important. Si quantité de monde qui là, toute quantité de monde qui là, si tout pas travail, il va pas payer tout. Faut que tout le monde qui là yo, y a travail. C'est le monde qui a travail qui a payé.
Where I come from, we say time is money. So if we're standing around, that's wasting money.
Quand ils sortent, gon adage qui dit temps c'est l'argent. Donc des fois perdre du temps et l'argent on perd.
OK, oui, c'est ça. Exactement.
The N.G.Os started it, $5 a day to do this, to do that, kind of hand out money, and there was no supervision.
In Haiti, non-governmental organizations typically fill the gaps left by the weak central government, but they work independently from the government and so lack accountability and coordination. And whether it's a small NGO like Tim's or a massive international corporation, they all do the same thing: use donated money and foreign resources to further their priorities in the host country.
People have said that Haiti is a republic of NGOs because there are possibly more than 10,000 non-governmental organizations on the island.
It's the aid sector, and the reason it's the republic of NGOs is because aid is the dominant force in the economy. All these formal sectors have basically disappeared, but in the meantime, the aid sector has grown.
Et on voit énormément d'ONG extérieures arriver avec des moyens. Mais qu'est-ce que ça a changé vraiment dans la vie de la population? Rien.
So one of the places where you really see the influence of the U.S. at work is around rice policy. And under Clinton, they set up a situation in which American rice can be brought to Haiti, and this undercuts the Haitian rice industry in a kind of radical way. One thing is clear, there's absolutely no reason that Haiti should import so much food.
Yeah, you talk to USAID though, and they would say, but they can't.
Right, yeah.
But that's not true?
I don't think that's true, yeah. This is a rural country based on rural agricultural production and has been for hundreds of years.
D'un coup, et puis presque après, tremblement de terre, une bonne ça qui pas vraiment. Yo, les nous mettons avec toute bagaille là-dedans, li manger à gâter. Parce que gagnent et parfois elle vient salé parce que ça semblait que Magui trop là-dedans. Ça fait nous retirer partie ça yo là-dedans parce que l'eau pour chasser a.
Here is an extension of U.S. agricultural policy. We subsidized our farmers. We had massive surplus aid. And what they did with that surplus aid is they used it as currency. They weren't giving money. You read the figures and say, okay, they gave $100 million to Haiti. They didn't give them $100 million. They gave them food.
I mean, all this being said, have people from developed countries helped Haiti?
I don't know. This is the problem with that question. It doesn't matter anymore. We can't stop now, and even if we could, even if it was the best thing, is to stop helping, they're not going to stop. Because the reality is, aid's coming, NGOs are here, and they're not going anywhere.
On sel ici, des gens qui doivent couper parce que les noms de 4 ça et pas c'est pas non 4 si n'a bloqué on a bien de réserve
n'a besoin 6 I got on the phone and whined to the board about saying, please, I felt like he was making money on every transaction we did. And then, and I go back and I check all the pricing that you're supposed to be paying, and we're right there. A little more on the cement, but 50 cents a bag, so he's making 50 cents a bag. He's providing the service of getting all that stuff for us. Every time I need something, he comes up with it. That service is worth something. Although you could also then say, well, why doesn't he volunteer that? That's his buy-in. Yesterday you tell me you need a pump. You need the pump.
Yeah,
but you didn't tell me you needed buckets. You didn't tell me that yesterday. Why? You didn't tell me you needed a bucket and a wheelbarrow yesterday. Huh? You didn't tell me.
En Haïti, gon ti désordre avec ingénieur yo. C'est de temps en temps y a dou mon bagay, mais yo pa kon chita pour dou bon tout bagay yon seul coup.
So what are you going to tell me tomorrow that you need?
Demain là comme ça, qui ça mal dit.
Demain, c'est travail et puis me coucher mes encore.
You know, I gave him how many thousand goods yesterday? 60,000? 60,000 good? And he can't borrow a wheelbarrow? Ask him, use those words. Not your words, use those words. 60,000 good and he can't buy a wheelbarrow?
Il dit hier, il boit 60 000 good. Et puis, nous va acheter un boîte.
Non. C'est comme matériaux, comme matériaux. Ou pas qu'à entrer parce que nous notre fait budget. Comme boîte là pas contrôler là-dedans.
The money you gave them was to buy the materials, and this wasn't.
Okay, I need the receipts for the cement, the gravel, the cement, the bucket, and a wheelbarrow.
Look.
And then I'm not spending any more money till that foundation is done. So let's be very clear. Otherwise, I will leave immediately.
Okay.
No more money until that is done.
Race is a part of the story, absolutely. And obviously it's part of the history of how Haiti has been sort of projected to the world. Everyone's coming in with their own baggage into the situation. For a Haitian, you may see a white person, you may say to yourself, can I trust this person? How can this person help me? If I allow this person into my life, how will it hurt? That imbalance, that inequality, that sort of asymmetrical relationship immediately starts once they are bringing quote unquote expertise and capital.
I know
that. I knew that 2 hours ago. Yeah. Everything we've done today has been incorrect. I mean, Matt has told him, we've told him 1, 2, 3 times. I don't know what to do, so I need your help. What do we do?
See, the thing is that they're used to building.
I understand that. We've been there. I understand that.
So it's kind of hard for them to switch to another way like this.
Well, it's really hard when they don't listen
especially
either.
When your way is.
Simply told me that there's a fragile situation.
A what?
It would rather see you and him first.
I can't hear.
Simplice doesn't like too much appreciate the fact that the engineer is in this meeting. He will rather have him and you first, and then we can call the engineer Lucien.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You want to tell Lucien to leave?
No, we can do it in a diplomatic way.
What?
A diplomatic way.
A diplomatic way.
And
okay. Well, let's ask him if we can just speak to Sam, please, for a minute alone. Is that a diplomatic way? And then Lucien come back?
Dis ça de tout cœur. Elle dit, bon, si tout ça blanc dit, on va pas comprendre. Donc, il va vous l'aller. Elle te dit ça là, là.
when you have an engineer working on it, and for some reason you fire that engineer, and you're having another engineer studying where the first engineer left, it's gonna create a real tense situation.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you're in Haiti or the United States. When you have to fire someone, it's not good.
Which way is looking better for you, this way or this way?
This way. The light is.
I think the guy was overwhelmed most of the time. He was just kind of overwhelmed and it was just too much for him. Please thank Lucien for his work, and I'm sorry it didn't work. It hasn't worked out, but maybe next time. Okay?
Merci un peu pour le travail pour aider le faire. Mais même si ça n'a pas trop bien marché, tout le monde a là. J'espère qu'une prochaine fois, on a travailler.
Okay. Yep.
One of the initial ideas, though, was to try and teach a new way of building.
Well, we still are.
Are you?
To a certain, yeah.
You just fired your crew that could have learned.
Oh, that could have learned. Yeah, but we fired a crew that was made up of relatives, friends, teachers. We ended up paying 23 people for the week.
How many worked?
Half. So, you know, if you look back on it, maybe we should have just given them $5,000. They'd have probably had 4 rooms done.
It's not too late.
It's not too late? Yeah, can you imagine doing that now? All the bullshit we put out on the website and all that shit? Nah. I know I get excited, but I get over it. I don't stay upset with anything or anyone, you know what I mean? So we should tell him.
He was in bad shape when he heard you said that if the things are going that way, I'm leaving right now.
Yeah, man, and I'm sure you were really thinking that. Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it.
Yeah.
I think it, but I can't do it.
I don't have an answer that's satisfactory of why are you so committed to this. You have a line because you said you were going to do it. But
No, before that, there was the education thing, because I just believe in education. So that's what touched me when I heard the story on NPR. It was about education. Part of it was I was seduced by the story, too. Sure. Foolishly seduced, almost, into believing, you know. So, but I don't want to go there. That's water under the bridge. That's my fault.
So what question would you ask yourself right now?
Why I got myself into this.
Have you been asking yourself that question?
Well, of course, I ask myself that all the time. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's the answer?
Because I thought I could do it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I could do it.
The story I wanted to tell, you've probably heard before. A community, led by a dynamic leader, is in need. Well-intentioned people with knowledge and money help. The project is built, cultural exchange transpires, and everyone's the better for it. But that story seems to be slipping away.
Vraiment remercier. Et nous connaissons que jeudi, c'est un jour officiel où côté bon Dieu t'a aidé nous pour nous prendre élément ça yo pain vin qui vraiment un symbole qui montre que vous êtes attaché avec les seigneurs. Hein? Après midi pour aller. Nous avons 3 côtés qui pas loin. 3 l'église, donc c'est en bâti tellement, vous voyez. Et puis nous tap sympa passer visiter avec nous.
Another pull on the spaghetti string reveals that Simplice's school is private, and he needs students to earn a living. He's also competing for students from no fewer than 6 other schools in Villard, and Tim's presence throws all of this off balance.
Donc, parmi travail, alors, c'est une station qui est affiliée avec l'église même. Donc, nous alors, c'est une église qui était là quelque temps, mais après ça, nous venons prendre la relève et puis nous venons remettre le sous pied. En Haïti, nous sommes capables de dire que, alors, 85% ou bien c'est l'école privée. Oui. Moun dans le pays, hein, y a un individu, y a un intellectuel qui finit avec l'école et puis qu'on est là, il a un terrain ou bien louer un terrain et maintenant il met l'école sous pied.
What does the government, Haiti, the government of Haiti help? Do they help at all?
Il gagne un cob qu'il baille. Il fait chaque école pour une classe première année. Donc nous vraiment senti que c'est une nation qui vraiment baille.
It's more of like a profit-making model. It's not a hard business to start up. You don't need a ton of investment to start a school. You can just start a school. You can start it with 5 kids. It's gonna grow.
Would it be all right if you have a picture with me and the 2 brothers with my camera?
Only if you step aside.
Why we sit down?
Yeah, sit in there. Unshika. 3, 4.
Okay? All right, merci.
Thank you.
All right.
Je ne sais pas un jour passé, yo passé, yo pas sonné, yo sonné. Donc yo connaît tout ça qui a passé. Donc finalement n'a connaît toutes grandes choses, mais seulement et puis bon Dieu parce que Satan pas aimer belle bagaille pas vrai? Pas aimer belle bagaille. Mais nous connaissons que bon Dieu avec bon Dieu nous ca faire des grandes choses pas vrai?
In the United States, we tend to associate private school with good school, but in Haiti, that's not the case. The vast majority of private schools are fly-by-night crap. That someone who has no business running a school, that doesn't know anything about education, they don't know anything about pedagogy, they don't know anything about anything, except that a school's a good way to make money.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you build a school in Haiti and if someone responds, you get an N.G.O.? It demonstrates it's difficult times.
Ça c'est tirer nous gagner. Là nous ca faire n'importe bagaille l'école, l'église.
Here we can do
Yeah. Nice to build something here, huh?
Who's building it?
I don't know, they are. Yeah. Who do you think? Jack? I told you what the deal was. This is a dog and pony show to get people to believe in something. And he's doing a good job of it. So it's good.
This is a corner from here all the way to the...
Yeah.
We were so swept up in the idea of helping someone that we never stopped to ask, where did the idea of a new school even come from? And then Simplice showed us his house.
Can you tell us where we are right now?
Là nous ça c'est un cas m'a fait moi. Commencé le décembre 2011. Oui, m'a metté dalle, m'a fait le dalle. En attendant la possibilité n'a fait. En Haïti, les que ou pas une maison habitable ou pas une série d'institutions et si vous sous terrain mais voyager, il est difficile pour avoir visa pour aller visiter. Mais là, il y a une série de bagages, vous pouvez que vous pouvez aller retourner, c'est facile pour avoir un visa aller.
Where does he want to go?
Bon, je t'aimerais aller New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Okay, so Simplice is taking the money he earns as the school director to build his house, with the goal of one day going to New Jersey, which is not what I expected. But at this point, what's important is that it seems like Simplice is really benefiting from the project. And meanwhile, construction has started back up again, now with a new engineer, one that Tim found.
Okay, so. That's close enough for right now. For right now, it's okay. Okay. Now, Gilbert, bring your tape up. Oui. This is fantastic. I don't care what he does after this. We get the corners in. He can go about however he wants to do it. 57-1. Yeah, it's close. So now you can make it perfect. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Oui?
Ouais.
Bon.
Non seulement capable de construire que l'autre, non seulement capable de construire que l'autre, et puis pour la construire, ça veut dire qu'il va le la plus importance.
How did he start into construction?
Mais pendant que je suis venu pour faire dans le métier, je plus plan. Ingénieur, ancien ingénieur dans la pour le métier, parce que si on apporte ça, depuis ingénieur venu, c'est moi qui prends le plan pour me quitter pour eux, même puis appeler. C'est tellement intelligent. Parce que je suis occupé. Malgré que je suis 11, malgré que je suis fini,
he has 11 children.
Je suis 6 petits là-dedans.
Cut, couper.
To cut?
Cut,
Coupe? Oh, that's a good one, yeah. Or cut here.
couper là.
Coupe là.
To bring, poter.
Poter? Yeah. Moi besoin.
I don't need.
Moi pas besoin.
This is right.
Ça bon.
This is not right.
Ça pas bon.
You have to work.
Faut ou travail. Faut ou travail.
How long?
Combien de temps?
How many?
Combien?
To cut.
Couper.
Cut here.
Couper là. How about go get?
I'll chercher. Start. Commencer. Commencer.
Should have been the first word, huh?
Stop.
Les bons empire. It's very good. Libon.
C'est bon.
Okay.
What's good?
It's all good. What do you mean what's good? That's what's good?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to say it's good. It is good.
Ok, monsieur l'ABC dit tout bagay ok.
And they're working great. I mean, they work really well together. Yeah. They're mostly in their element right now with laying block. They're very good at that. No.
Yeah, he wants the...
There. And then the next course here.
Oui.
You're gonna be there.
Oui, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Oui?
Axis.
Si. Axis. We have nuit blocks, set block, nuit block, set block. Crazy country, man. Quasi. Haiti? Haiti? Quasi. Crazy.
Crasy.
Haiti, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one other thing.
No.
We tore 2 windows out yesterday.
No,
Par exemple, hier, il était obligé de faire nous retirer 2 rangées fenêtres.
I'm not gonna correct him then. I'm gonna let the mistake happen, and then we'll tear it out and redo it. Shall we start over?
Oui. Il va le corriger. Faute. Comme si l'on fait faute. Depuis qu'il faut travailler là, c'est faute, on va le corriger.
Il t'a joué, il t'a pour faute là fait là. Il quoi dans boss là et puis il pas superviser, il quitte ses ingénieurs team qui vient là il superviser.
On travaille propre. On travaille sur ces nègres. Pour corriger un nègre et pour camper au pays tout le temps.
Si les gars fait travail là-bas ou?
Oui, bon.
C'est ça.
Oui, c'est travail moyen, c'est travail moi parce que c'est sentir m'habituer bien. M'habituer de sentir m'habituer à bonne samedi. C'est quand même moi après.
When do you think you'll be done, Gilbert?
Bon, c'est bon Dieu qui a bon moi.
So what room is this?
Chambre à coucher, chambre pour petit monde moi petit monde yo. Oui, chambre pour petit monde yo. Oui, ça son petit côté pour nous mettre des petites tables non, chaises non. Petite chambre à coucher. Après ça, madame n'a fait pour ici nous voir si nous t'apprend les pour nous.
Very nice. Très bien. Yeah, merci. Great.
Some people take like 15 years to build their personal house. Okay, you're gonna tell me, okay, oh, that 15 years, that should be a big house. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You got a little cash, it throws into the construction, and it stops. You got a little cash after 3 months, throw it in the construction, and stop. So just little by little.
Madame Claude's son, Benji, goes to Simplice's school.
Combien de temps nous dans Kaila?
Kaila, non, 8 ans là.
C'est nous qui construisons?
Oui.
Nous construisons plusieurs étapes ou bien son seule
On
fois?
seul étape. Non, on seul l'alde. Après ça, l'alde vient graser, la petite écraser, là, après ça, nous vient faire. Et on l'a boulé, on roche.
And that's her in the middle?
Oui.
This is me and my husband in the middle.
How old was she when she got married?
28 ans.
When Benji went to go take the national exam, they found that Simplice had inflated his grades to make it seem like he was passing, when he wasn't.
Pour l'école là, travailler au maximum. Tout autant que il y a pile élèves qui est passé dans l'examen l'état, qu'on y a l'école là, tu as plus force et il y a tout pour venir quoi plus dans l'école là. On voit tout autant que ou ba bon résultat dans l'examen l'état. Comme ça tout, l'école là, il y a plus j'arrête. Il a parlé de l'école là, et il est obligé de passer. Faut manœuvre quand même pour qu'il atteigne l'objectif là.
C'est une belle note qui fait pour l'école là, et puis dévailler ça le moment.
Pas faire tout parce que quoi là économiquement descend. On pas répondre à l'appel, ça me qu'on fait on pas faire encore et qu'on vient mettre à zéro.
I thought that Haiti School Project was the only outside group helping Simplice. But then I discovered that he had assembled a whole web of N.G.Os, each unaware of the other's existence. So, like Sebastian said, The more we pull on the strings, the more knotted up it gets.
We're an ecumenical ministry to serve the poor and to empower local churches and church-based ministries. The Divine Shelter School Network is one of our projects, and in fact, was one of our very first projects in Haiti. We use the name Divine Shelter because in the US, it's a name that people can understand, and it has such a nice ring to it.
Cross help us with the payroll. We have 16 schools this year. They do all the payroll, and then they the one in charge of the food program.
Nous c'est serviteur mon Dieu. Travail a venu, tout le monde a venu. Mais on nous était ferme parce que bon Dieu n'a gâché, il va enlever toute bagaille que bon Dieu n'a pas fait.
When I first met him was 2 years ago, and that's when he told us the story about the villa. I'm like, oh, okay. We never knew about it.
You never knew about the school?
Nope.
How is that possible?
Because that's the thing. Simplice is lying to us. Simplice is lying to Tim. They told us, hey, you know, our school was really bad. We find some sponsors that helping us with the building. We're like, okay, it's a blessing. We are very happy for you guys. If you ask me personally, the problem is Simplice. The problem is Simplice, you know? And then I don't think there's anything that the people can do about him. I think they are afraid of him.
But Simplice is a pastor.
No, he's not.
What are you talking about?
He's not. I know he's not.
But
so I'm gonna tell you what I know.
Yeah, please.
He's not a pastor.
What is he?
I don't know. He's a school director. He's not a pastor.
He made us think he was. And he was at the church.
Too bad.
He preached or whatever. He got up in front of people. Was he ever?
Simplice was making a show for you guys. Simplice is not a pastor.
Ever?
I can tell you on our mission board, everybody that is a pastor, and Simplice is not one of them.
Right, okay, that's clear.
Okay,
yeah.
So.
Quelle réaction? Nous pas une réaction vers eux, nous pas traduire en justice, etc. Donc, il y a toujours dit bagaille qui pas vérité.
Ça va pas fâcher du tout, hein?
Non, pas ça. Si nous fâché, etc., ça prouve que il y a une vérité quelque part. Non, ça permet que je continue à faire travail moi.
It's a little bit sad to be in a situation where you think you are doing good and it turned out not to be quite what was expected.
You want to understand people who take advantage of other people? Then you got to understand what are the limits in that society. One of our great scholars of Haiti, Robert Faton, talks about la politique du ventre, politics of the stomach. Shit is real. And what people will do in order to save themselves, help their family, their own circle, because a system is already set up in which it's already based upon competition.
So somebody gets an education, and then what? Where do they work? They can't necessarily just go and apply for, you know, this plethora of jobs. So they have to create their own job. They have to make a living, literally make a living. And so in order to make this living, sometimes they have to make choices that we find really questionable and that we find morally objectionable. But on the other hand, they need to eat and also feed their families.
Ça, c'est un cas typique. On trouve des gens qui ont des besoins, les gens disent c'est ça qu'il faut, et on décide, on le construit. Il y a quelqu'un qui décide de s'en approprier pour lui, que c'est son affaire personnelle. Ah ben, les problèmes commencent à se poser.
Well, that's fine. But turn off the, can you turn off the onboard so it's just one channel?
I came to Haiti because helping people felt like it would be so simple. But that idea was completely based on my own ignorance. I had bought into this idea Because that's the story we tell ourselves about places like Haiti. And that story doesn't really allow for complications.
There's a reason why fairy tales are full of magic bullets and magic potions and magic cures, because it's fun and it's interesting and it's wonderful to live in a fantasy world where that's true. There's no fairy tale where, like, Cinderella gets out of servitude through a long and complex process of education, increased infrastructure, and the prince realizes that the economic inequality in the village is untenable, that he needs to take more of his investment away from financing fancy balls and start. Here's the most boring story in the world. Disney's never gonna make it. Like, Elton John could not write a song that would make that entertaining. We're gonna have to change the design to a one-story school. One story, not two. We don't have enough money, and I don't have enough time to spend here to do that second level. That would take way too long.
Avant, nous avons un plan dans même qui te fait me connaître que nous avons 6 chambres, 3 en bas, 3 en l'air. Maintenant, à coup sûr, nous venons gagner 3 seulement. Il y a moins dalle là. Et en Haïti, il y a dalle, on va pas espoir. Même si que l'organisation team non t'arrive pas de faire rien pour nous, si demain nous t'es joindre une autre façon, eh ben nous t'es continuer nous-mêmes. Mais avec ton levier mettre là, nous pas faire autrement, c'est point final.
Are they all like this? Hey, Mathurin. They can take it back and give me different. And it's rusty. Okay? Let's call Joe and tell him we don't want them, we want our money back because they're rusted and they're bent. I'm not paying for that.
Alors, même team qu'a remarqué, c'est pas de faute non, parce que brassayo, c'est vraiment difficile, c'est pas vraiment facile, vous comprenez? Si je ne pas yo, c'est pas nous.
What do you think? What's gonna happen?
Well, the simplest was going to get them. I would be more comfortable. Right. But I don't know. You know, it's Haiti. You don't know how things will happen.
I don't know what to do next. I mean, I'm afraid to push it now and have something else go wrong. 2 things have gone wrong right now. The wood's not here and the roofing material is fucked up. I'm superstitious like Matt. There's a 3rd thing waiting to happen here. There's something waiting to happen. You know, I didn't come here to sit around in St. Mark and drink beer. I mean, not that I don't enjoy that, but that's not why I came here.
Wasn't the purpose?
No, not my purpose.
Aspect était difficile comme ça. D'ab dit j'aime directement contre presse, d'ab vinn après ça, d'ab joindre moi-même même si m'était créé ma machine pas nous, il a ça tout d'ab joindre. On est côté d'ab joindre contre presse. Donc même quand on voit en l'air dans l'église même.
Can the timbers come tomorrow?
I cannot guarantee.
Somebody got to give me. I need a guarantee somewhere here.
I cannot guarantee you before I meet with him.
It would be nice if the both of you had something stake in this. You get paid no matter what. You get paid whether that material comes tomorrow or not, right? In the end, you still get your school, and you still have your job. I'm the one that pays more money. I want some blood out of you 2 guys. I want a piece of you guys' ass is what I want. If it doesn't come. I mean, you guys are guaranteeing me, but nothing happens. I feel like I'm Alexander the Great conducting a campaign in Asia Minor with not enough troops, no water, and food, okay?
Just forget that we are in Haiti.
It's just like, here's the rich American. He's got more money, so he'll pay more for the school to get done. And that's what sometimes is difficult for me, difficult.
Et que relation avec Tim li pas même gens avant. Li gen doit Port-au-Prince, m'pa konn si Port-au-Prince. Li gen doit Saint-Marc, m'pa konn. L'el te vin en Haïti, te directement sous compte moi. Mais l'el vin pour un village là pour l'el gen compte moun ni.
That was 500.
So the manager went to Port-au-Prince, and the wood was more expensive than what he knew, what he thought.
So why didn't they answer their phone all day yesterday and tell us that? We could have given them more money.
I didn't get an answer.
Pardon?
I didn't get an answer.
To why they didn't answer their phone? We know how important the wood is, right? Tell them don't ever ask me for anything again, period. I don't want anyone ever to ask me for anything, because I'm going to put the roof on, and then I'm not coming back. They can talk to other people, but I'm tired of the games that he's been playing with me, and he knows what I'm talking about.
Ça veut dire que...
La fille fait l'école normalement avec ça.
Ah, mais ça fait des autres ça là. Moi, dis des autres ça fait la pièce fait.
I don't have anything else to say.
Oui. Oui, Port-au-Prince soit venu. Et puis avec cherté encore.
On va parler de bois là.
Non. Bon, bah, qui finance comment? Regardez, faut Tim connaît que. Faut Tim connaît que. C'est pas chien que nier. C'est pas parce que la vie bonne nous ça pour garder nous pour rien. Non. Américain comme ça, regardez. Nous pas bon, c'est vrai. C'est vrai nous pas bon. C'est vrai nous pas bon. Ils viennent faire un bagage pour nous pour le considérer nous comme chien. Non, nous pas chien. S'il veut quitter, il va quitter. Nous pas chien.
In Haitian folklore, there are these two characters, Bouki and Malice. And Bouki is, sort of like the dumb, slow one, and Malice is the really smart, witty one. My mom would say to me, anytime that I was sort of like ready to give up on something, she would say, don't be like Bouki. Bouki had a 31-day jail sentence and he killed himself on the 30th day.
Picking out our metal roof because what they delivered was less than acceptable.
What's going on with the wood?
You see, what's going on with the wood? Sweet. You just gotta keep asking questions. That's the only way to get anything done down here. You can't just take all the answers you get. I mean, that's why I always ask questions. It pisses people off lots of times, but...
How far? How much can you give them? I mean, I want to negotiate, but I want to know the boundaries. Huh? No.
But you got an idea.
Okay.
You knew the deal before I even said it.
Did he use the money he made from the school to build this house?
Oui, parce que j'ai commencé. Haiti School pour cher, venez de me faire final là. Pour là ça c'est depuis là me tape casser là. M'ai une vision pour me faire ça me tape faire à toute taille là et ça fait me utiliser parce que les boutiques sont souvenirs liés. Les mettre pas gros, les mettre petit parce que ne pas prendre pas connaître.
So is he happy right now? Is he happy?
So, content qu'on y est?
Oui, je suis content parce que quand il y a petit monde moins de côté pour dormir.
Oui. Bonjour tout le monde. OK. All right. Merci un peu pour présence. Nous, dans l'inauguration de l'école là. Comprends? Oui.
Imagine grace of civilization that's so sinner like me. I was once lost, but now I found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you for this school. God bless you.
I think I probably could have spent the money in a better way. I don't know. The teachers are going to be proud of it. They're going to get more students go to their school because it'll be a new building. My concern is how the students, how it will affect their education. It's not going to have any effect on their education. Yeah, I thought I could make a difference. Probably not making any difference here. Maybe if one student comes out of here with some bright ideas to change things, it'll be worth it.
One of the issues with projects that are really all about creating schools, what happens inside? Do you have teachers who are prepared? Do you have students who are able to sit through the day because they have all their basic needs met? We could also think of it as that the building is temporary. Just like it was an empty lot and then it was half built and then it was built, it could also crumble in an earthquake. Or eventually with time, if nobody cares for it, fade away. But the human investment, that's long lasting. The building is a bonus, it's not the thing. The thing is the people.
Recently, Wesley said, I've not renewed the contract with the Villard School because I don't feel there's adequate accountability. And I'd ask you to no longer fund that school. So we said, okay.
Can you speak to the exact support that you guys gave to Villard and L'École Bethlehem?
I have to look it up.
You want to look it up?
Yeah, hang on a second. Where? The total that we were funding for Villard School for 347 students was $22,000, $70 a student.
Because, like you said, you're a mid-sized kind of NGO, which is fairly large. You deal with, I think you said,
$350 million in...
Commodities and $37 million last year in cash.
And so the commodities are all in kind, I'm assuming, or mostly
That's
in
right,
kind?
yeah.
And then
All donated medicines, food, hospital equipment, things like that.
and then it comes down to, like, literally, it's, what was it, $22,000? So in the big scheme of things, $22,000 and that in almost $400 million is not much. I'm terrible at math, but it's...
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you're just like, oh, we'll just give it to them. Like...
Well,
Like,
but...
why take it away?
Yeah.
I have no stake in this. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Well, in this case, as you know, this circumstance, we're working with the Divine Shelter School program. You know, it's an integrated program of schools with a common superintendent. And if we're going to show respect for their leadership, then we have to honor their judgment, unless we have really good reason not to. And if we really did, that would call into question the whole relationship. So for us just to bypass that is a way of saying we don't care what you think, but we do care what they think. We're trying to encourage them. Haiti needs leaders.
So you got a structure, but you don't have the resource to keep it going. Right now, the school is running on fumes, if I can say so.
Je vais chercher l'autre organisation pour aider. Je vais chercher l'autre ONG parce que je n'ai pas de bagages que je n'ai pas. Je ne pas regrette rien. Pour que nous sommes en bas, en gare, en bas, tunnel. Et maintenant, pour que nous allouions, que nous en bas un établissement, nous avons prié bon Dieu longtemps ça, pour que nous ayons tel établissement.
There's a certain language that keeps repeating itself because that is the only thing that we know. We have not discovered new models of addressing age-old problems. We haven't fixed our own school systems here. What makes us think that we have the answers to fix our school systems somewhere else? But the answer is not just building a school. It's how do you maintain this for the long haul? The fact of the matter is, when Haitians are able to control their destiny, we will be able to see systemic change. And right now, they do not. That control is still within the international community. That's just a fact.
It sometimes feels like it's impossible to do anything right here. Everyone is so flawed. Every good deed is also somehow bad. And even me making this documentary is part of the problem. So maybe the film I actually made is how not to build a school in Haiti. So can you say for the camera just why are you moving? What's going on here?
Well, I'm moving because I sold the house. Pretty much divested of almost everything. I'm moving to try to see if I can't live in Haiti for starters. Give it a shot. Plan A, so to speak. Gonna give it a try and see if I can handle it. I signed up for this course, I tell you, MIT course, Global Poverty. I just started last week. Course is hard, Jesus. It says 6 hours a week. I spent 6 hours yesterday just trying to download some of the videos that you gotta watch. Anyway, go ahead.
Why are you taking a course at MIT?
To learn more about global economics and this question, how to best deal with aid. We really don't ask all the right questions and do enough research. More question asking, what do you really need? How best to help you?
Why'd you shave your stash?
That's a good question. You know, it's usually a change of, goddamn guy. It's usually a personality change, or try to change persona a little bit, maybe. Just to go with the change a bit. Yeah.
So was it a moment when you shaved your mustache? Was it like a I'm the new Tim now, or?
I kept trimming it. And then I cut half, and that didn't look very good. So I had to take it all off. No moment. But I have shaved my beard in the past for that reason. Yeah.
A reinvention?
Yeah, reinvent it. Instead of, we can't go west anymore because there's no more west. It's full of people. Mm-hmm. That's what people used to do, they pick up and move. And it provided a release for people. Mm-hmm. It did. Mm-hmm. Allowed people to disperse, get over things, move on, and start again. So I'm starting a new life.
La vie vient cap c'est sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. La vie vient cap c'est sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sous la terre bénie. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sous la terre bénie. La vie vient cap manger sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. La vie vient cap manger sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sous la terre bénie. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sous la terre bénie. Mes amis là j'ont pas fait boulot, non poche malheur. Mes amis là j'ont pas fait monnaie, non poche malheur. Mes rencontres l'été pensé, non poche malheur. Mes amis là j'ont pas fait boulot, non poche malheur. La vie vient cap chez sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. La vie vient cap chez sucré soleil, même si la terre c'est pas faute malheur. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sur la terre bénie. Là je pas fait bon, non poche malheur, nous fait pour nous vivre sur la terre bénie. Mes amis là j'ont pas fait boulot, non poche malheur. Les amis là j'ont pas fait monnaie, non poche malheur. Mes rencontres l'été pensé, non poche malheur. Mes amis là j'ont pas fait boulot, non poche malheur. Mes rencontres l'été pensé, Mes amis, l'argent pas fait boulot. Mes amis, l'argent pas fait monnaie, non. Mais quand rentrer les dépenser, non.